The biggest trend of the quarter will be the White House turning its trade rhetoric into action. And of course, we've already seen this with sweeping tariffs from the White House on steel and aluminum that will raise prices for U.S. consumers and invite retaliation against politically sensitive sectors like U.S. agriculture. Now, even though there will be a lot of collateral damage globally from the White House's trade moves, the main target of its economic assault is China. Remember that we still have a pending investigation against China on intellectual property violations, but it won't just be trade that batters China this quarter. The U.S. Congress is meanwhile ratcheting up its relationship with Taiwan, and rising U.S.-China frictions overall will spell trouble for any companies that are caught between the two giants. And China is nearing its limit on what it's willing to offer when it comes to cooperation on North Korea. Now, we're in a very weird, ambiguous period of détente right now on the North Korean issue, but that will wear off when US-led military exercises and North Korea's nuclear testing resumes. Great power competition is meanwhile rising between the United States on one side and China and Russia on the other. That includes a race for AI dominance between the US and China as their tech Cold War escalates. Now, we'll also be tracking developments in disruptive weapons technology by all three, because that will be a key factor in undermining critical arms control treaties. Even as Europe helps to preserve Iran's embattled nuclear deal, nuclear proliferation concerns are nonetheless on the rise in the Middle East. Watch for Saudi Arabia to negotiate its own civilian nuclear deal with the United States as well as Russia, predicated on the JCPOA. With a German coalition in place, the EU is ready to debate eurozone reform. There's only one problem. Italy's heavily Eurosceptic government is going to be the massive wrench in any serious reform plans as it pushes for increased spending and lowering taxes, essentially flouting the very rules-based regime that Germany and its northern peers so desperately want to implement.